Shalom. All praises to the Most High. Anokeesed. Praise be to the earthly mother, the Mama Pacha. Praise be to the Kahe, the Holy Spirit. In the name of his only begotten Son, Motsah the Lamb, unification to the nation. So, just came off my fast. I'm going to have to do a video on, on fasting, on the topic of fasting, because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do regarding fasting. Now, what I'm talking about is coming off of the fast, like breaking your fast. I was really stupid today. Like, I was so hungry. I was struggling this time around. For whatever reason, I probably was not keeping up with my nutrients. But because of that, if you're not eating right and then you're going to fast, it's going to be incredibly hard. So you really need to eat right while you're fasting. Otherwise, it's just gonna be 10 times harder. So I have to go over that concept. I ate a bunch of sugar today. It was terrible. Feel awful. Feel sick. So I'm gonna have to make a video, not even for anyone else, but for me, and I'm just gonna share my research. But anyway, we're gonna talk about the topic of bug outs. Now, I made a video a long time ago because I started hearing Hebrews first talk about, well, you got to get prepared and the kingdom isn't free. And I'm listening to these dudes and I'm just very confused because I wonder, do you guys truly care about your people? Do you guys understand their struggle? Because you guys sound like a bunch of people who don't go through struggle. I am not in a position to prepare. Anytime I really get money, I'm spending it on a book or something. I'm reading, I'm studying. I'm just chilling right now because I understand how close we are to the end. I have no thrift for tomorrow when it comes to stuff like this because I'm not planning really anything. I have no reason to plan into the future because the Most High has control over the future. Anokeesed has control over the future. So when people are talking about, well, you gotta start preparing, you gotta bug out, you gotta be prepared for the worst. Really, give me a precept on when we're supposed to prepare, how we're supposed to prepare, what we're supposed to do. Because the Most High is not going to leave us hanging out to dry. He's not going to let them take every single thing away from us and then throw us a life raft and say, survive. That's retarded. That's not the Most High. He's given us what we're supposed to do. He said what we're supposed to do, but people are too carnal to really realize it, and they're too proud to say that they were wrong. So they'll double down. When people are prideful, they double down. They don't back down, they double down. And I said this a while ago. There's our people, they can't afford rent. They're supporting big families, right? They live in apartment buildings and they're living paycheck to paycheck. And you mean to tell me that all these people are going to die? Why? Why is that? Why are they going to die and you're going to live? Because you were blessed with money, you were blessed with resources. Now you're more blessed than them. You deserve to live more than they do. I act like I'm just one of the poor people. Not just because I literally am, but, we're all in this together. The poorest of us is just as poor as the so-called wealthiest of us. And I'm not talking about physically in that way. So if someone is poor, then that's not going to be a requirement for them to get saved. That is so stupid. You knowing how to bug out, how to all of a sudden be a native again, that's not going to help you survive. You need to understand what knowledge you need to know to survive. The Most High is going to show you. He's going to have prophecies. He's going to prophesy of it. And even so, the Most High never in Egypt. I'm going to ask you a question. When in Egypt did we have to bug out? When they were going through their plagues? When did we have to bug out? When did we have to do any of that stuff? In fact, that's showing how low faith you have, how much faith you don't have by talking about, well, we got to do this, we got to do that. The only thing you have to do is prepare your spirits. Start eating better. Start thinking better. And what you're really supposed to do is start really studying. That's really all you need to do. Get closer to the Most High. Pray. Fast. These are the things that you do. You don't bug out and you don't prepare. That's retarded. I'm going to keep saying that. I don't care who doesn't like it. Because that's carnal, man. I'm getting animated because that's carnal. And I don't like when people say that because they don't know what people are going through. And then you're going to make people feel inadequate. Now they're going to die because they don't have the knowledge and they don't have this, they don't have that. Because I can't prepare 6 months of food, I'm going to die. Stupid. Let me show you something real quick, man. Why did I close that out? Oh, it's still recording. And the hail smote throughout all the land of Egypt, and all that was in the field, both man and beast, and the hail smote every herb of the field. Every herb of the field. There goes all your preparation. And break every tree of the field. Only in the land of Goshen, where the children of Israel were, was there no hail. So what Egypt are we in now? Is there a land of Goshen? Goshen is us. We create our Goshen. You need to know how to create your Goshen. You don't create your Goshen by literally going to a land. That's carnal. That's what I'm talking about. You're listening to people who are carnal, who have become carnal in their ways. We're going to watch this video. Cool. Because people need to understand what people are going through. Things do not revolve around you, you selfish Americans. And I'm going to show you the sister in Brooklyn, where I live, what they have to go through, what we have to go through. And, the pay isn't as bad anymore when it comes to minimum wage, but it damn near is because you still can't buy anything. What are you buying with minimum wage?
High unemployment has been one of the nation's most vexing problems since the recession. But increasingly, there are also mounting concerns about what constitutes a good job and a fair wage in an era of rising inequality. It's a story that won't go away. Tonight, Hari Srinivasan reports on a fast food worker trying to make a living in New York City.
25-year-old Shanita Simon has worked at a Kentucky Fried Chicken in Brooklyn, New York for 2 years. She's a full-time shift supervisor, helping manage other workers and filling in wherever she's needed, from being a cashier to running the fryer.
You get benefits?
No. No vacation, no benefits, no sick days, no personal days. That's luxury. That's unheard of. No.
And all this for how much an hour?
I currently get paid $8 an hour.
Is 4 bigger than 4?
That's a joke. This is one of the most expensive places to live in. Brooklyn is skyrocketing. I mean, not anymore because everyone's leaving New York, but before this, Brooklyn was skyrocketing because all the so-called white people, they were leaving Manhattan and coming and gentrifying Brooklyn. Bed-Stuy is not Bed-Stuy anymore. I'm just saying. Not even Brownsville is Brownsville anymore. But this is the people who work every day at your cashiers and are rude, and I understand that. People, they have tough lives. I come at the Jamaicans that serve me dumplings in the morning sometimes. But honestly, I need to chill because people, they truly go through some things. And I have to have compassion on people. But look at this.
After taxes, that wage translates into about $270 a week in take-home pay. And with that, she's supporting a household of 7.
$270. 270 times 52 equals that much a year. What a joke. Do you not realize how expensive it is to live in Brooklyn?
7 people in your house.
7 people in my household. My mom, my brother, my husband, and my 3 kids. I'm the breadwinner currently in my home.
That is a damn shame. Brothers, if you are in this situation, that's a damn shame. That's a damn shame. Ecclesiasticus chapter 25, verse 22 and 23. A woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger, impudence, and much reproach. A wicked woman abateth the courage, maketh a heavy countenance, and a wounded heart. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress maketh weak hands and feeble knees, which is so very true, and you're doing it to yourself. If you're living in such a dynamic, the women are not meant to be hard workers. You're supposed to be the one out there doing that. What the hell? This is why you just listen, man. There's a lot of things that you need to have in order if you're going to have a family. You have to, it's something that you take very seriously. It's not something that you want, right? Because stuff like this can happen, especially if you're not living, with the Most High. You're not living and serving the true Most High, Anokeesed, not those other gods that people think that they're serving. The true power of loving kindness has revealed himself in a lot of these latter-day books, and people are not paying attention. Those books tell you what you're supposed to do, but people, for whatever reason, they're too proud, they're too prideful to pick up these books and to teach out of them and learn. People have been stuck, they've been hampered. And I'm just going to call a spade in these last days. I'm not mincing words anymore. I'm not going to call people out by name, but I'm not mincing my words. And if you get offended, oh well. I'm going to keep calling out nonsense like my sister told me to do. Not my literal sister, but one of my sisters.
Laid off. So, we have to foot the bill, and I have to hold my head up high and move on.
Over the past several months, activists and some fast food workers, including Shanita, have been organizing for higher wages. They point out that, like Shanita, almost 40% of all fast food workers are 25 or older, and more than 25% are raising children. It's not just teenagers flipping burgers part-time.
It's not. There is a lot of older people working at these places. A lot of older black women, a lot of older so-called native women who work for pennies. Some of them aren't documented, and they're paid even less. It's very tough, man. Kids all sharing one meal, and you're talking about if you don't prepare, then the Most High is gonna kill you. Are you stupid? Don't know what you're talking about. The Most High is going to save who He's going to save. But you, who has experienced these records, what is He going to do to you? To whom much is given, much is expected. So if you heard of these records and you haven't read them, that's your ass. So let's see what happens to preppers. Smoke chokes West Coast as wildfire deaths keep climbing. Wildfire smoke that posed a health hazard to millions choked on the West Coast on Saturday as firefighters battled deadly blazes that obliterated some towns and displaced tens of thousands of people, the latest in a series of calamities this year. For people already enduring the corona pandemic, the resulting economic fallout and political tensions evident in the Black Lives Matter protests and far-right counter-protests, the fires added a new layer of misery. What's next? You have the protesters, coronavirus. Let's skip down. That's not even what I wanted to read. This is really just what I want to show you. Oh, it's on YouTube.
The moon doesn't only come out at night. Introducing Light Sky from Blue Moon. Welcome to the light side of the moon.
Let's see what happens when you prep, when you put all of your stock into prepping. Because prepping is not going to get you out of this. You're not supposed to prep. You're only showing how much you don't have faith that the Most High will save you out of this. Wicked people care about their mortality. I don't care about my mortality. I only care about doing what I'm supposed to do. It's not about survival. I don't know where people get this whole notion of survival from. That's such a base and wicked mentality, such a cowardly mentality. Oh, I need to survive. I need to survive. It's not about survival. That's not what this is about. It's about faith. If we were trying to do survival, then, you know what that sounds like? When Pharaoh chasing after us, I think I said this before, but if that's like Pharaoh chasing after us, and we're like, see, we should have got more spears and swords. You sound like an idiot. You sound ignorant as hell. You sound like you have no faith, and you sound like a coward. Stuff is cowardly. It's not spiritual. It's carnal. And your so-called elders should be teaching you this stuff, right? If they're actually elders, they should be teaching you this stuff. And I don't teach. I only remind people. And I'm reminding you that elders, that comes from the Levites. That does not come from any Negro just calling themselves an elder because they're old and they think that they know the scriptures. You're putting that own title on yourself. The Levites or the elders were taken away. You can have an elder that's 30 years old. It's not about how old you are. Was Hamashiac not an elder? They called him rabbi, right? Teacher. In his early 30s, if not younger than 30. So what does that mean? I respect older people like I'm talking to my father, like I'm talking to my grandfather. But I'm not respecting your knowledge. I'm not respecting your authority. You have no authority over me. No one has authority over me. I don't give a damn about what anyone says. Now let's finish this. I'm heated right now.
It's like, it looks so small. We're just like, how did our big life fit in this little this is the kitchen sink area? You know what I mean? What is that? That was our garage. And we had just stored up thousands of dollars worth of food over the last few months because of the pandemic.
There goes your preppers. Putting all your stock and your faith in your prepping, your food. Okay. Guess what? Now you're worse off than than that woman and her 3 children. You're worse off than them. Congratulations. You played yourself. Have faith in the true power, not in your power of food. Like, come on. People don't even live in places where they can store food, and you're talking about that's something that we're supposed to do. What did the Most High tell us to do? Did you ever think of that? What does the Most High want? What does Anokeesed want? What does Motsah want? What do they want? If that's not on your mind, who are you coming out of? What spirit you coming out of? Can't trust any of these people, man. You got to read on your own. You got to study on your own. Get rid of the mortals. I keep telling you people, get rid of me if I'm not helping you. I'm dead serious. Because I pray. One thing I prayed for before I started this whole thing is for the Most High to not let me lose my humility. That is something that I hold very dear to me. Is having a humble mindset and not boasting myself up and puffing myself up. That's not something that I ever plan on doing. And the day I do that is the day I stop making videos. I've already said this to the Most High. The day I start acting prideful, the day I start giving myself titles and things like that, stop me from making videos. Please stop me or rebuke the hell out of me. Do something. Because I hold that very dear. I'm very about my character. I'm all about how I'm making the Most High look. And I'm not trying to make my creator look like a dumbass for choosing me to, to have a lot of this information and, to share and remind people of this information. I don't want to make the Most High look stupid. And I hope everyone has that same spirit. You don't want to make the Most High look stupid for choosing you. Regret choosing you and have to choose someone else. Look what the tribe of Ephraim did, and then they lost their rulership birthright to Judah. Do you want that to happen to you? Well, I can get someone else. You always will, and you always can.
And we're like, oh, we should get our supplies stocked up for things. and all of it just a waste. I keep trying to figure out why people are giving us keep offering us clothes. And then my husband reminded me because our clothes just got burned. It's just so surreal. And, well, we saw the smoke billowing, like there was smoke coming. We were looking out of our kitchen here, and there's smoke, just a big, huge billow of dark smoke coming up. And we're used to fires, we're used to like smoke around here, but that was like, we knew it was close. And the rest of the sky was beautiful blue. So we were like, uh-oh. So he said, pack a to-go bag. And we started doing that. The Acosta dog was hiding in the hedge.
Do what you want to do, man. But I'm not putting my stock into anyone and anything. Shalom, Selah.